are my founders, straight out 1908. They came from slavery to making history, paving ways. These are my founders, fight at power. These are my founders of the Hedges Loud and the Eastern Brown. Buick and Lilliburg, Marjorie Hill, Margaret Flag Homes, Lavinia Norman, Lucy Dixon, Marie Wilbur Taylor, Joanna Berry, Norma Boyd, and Ethel Jones, Sarah Merriweather, Alice Murray, Gary Snowden, and don't forget Miss Harriet Terry. These are my founders, founded at power. These are my founders of
On the campus of Howard University in Washington, District of Columbia, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated was founded on January 15, 1908, by a small group of women with a common goal to create a network of educated, like-minded women to uplift each other while uniting their strengths and talents to create a space for others. Our mission to cultivate and encourage high scholastic and ethical standards, to promote unity and friendship among college women, to study and help alleviate problems concerning girls and women in order to improve their social stature, to maintain a progressive interest in college life, and to be of service to all mankind are more than just words. It's what we live by. While our oh-so-pretty colors are salmon pink and apple green, we are so much more than the pretty colors. Our founders were educators, college deans, and social workers. Today, we are actresses, educators, business owners in various fields, social workers, doctors, lawyers. We represent the United States Armed Forces. We represent mainstream film and media. We're politicians, and most notably, we serve in the seat of Vice President of the United States of America. Some even have the blessing of being retired and raising up the next generation of Alpha Kappa Alpha women. At the same time, we're wives, partners, mothers, daughters, and sisters. We no longer support from afar. We're at the forefront of initiatives, and we sit at the table where decisions are made. We are our founders' wildest dreams. While we proudly wear our colors, we are perpetuity exemplified.
I wanted to be an AKA, an Alpha Kappa Alpha, I wanted to be an AKA, so I joined them right away. And this I have to say, we have tried. Now we made it to AKA.
Sister, thank you to our lovely founders of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. What a blessing to be in this illustrious organization with women who share your interest and show up to support you. We saw the light and continue to see the light in one another.
The road was hard and long, but AKA kept me strong, regardless of tears and pain. I do it all over again. We have tried, now we made it to AKA.
I am now blessed to call many sister, to be of service together, share in times of love, be a shoulder to cry on during times of sorrow, and laugh together until your belly hurts. It's the transparency of allowing someone to see you and knowing that we're bound by these bonds for an entire lifetime.
They try and try and try, but they'll never duplicate us. Don't they wish they had tried to make Alpha, Kappa, Alpha, Alpha, Kappa, Alpha.
I've created an individual bond with each and every one of my line sisters. No two are alike. What a gift. Sometimes we will disagree, but what matters is that we will always be there to lean on one another. That's the true joy of being a sister.
We have tried, now we made it to AKA, and Alpha, Kappa, Alpha, and Alpha, Kappa, Alpha. We have tried, now we made it to AKA, and Alpha, Kappa, Alpha, and Alpha, Kappa, Alpha.
Aloha, I'm Sora Jana Wilkinson, and alongside all my other line sisters, we wanted to discuss with you portraits of an Alpha, Kappa Alpha, or an AKA woman. There are some similarities, such as us all being college educated, that unify us in representation. However, there's a vast difference that distinguish and uniquely identify how and what we contribute to our illustrious sisterhood. In the beginning of our inception, one characteristic which similarly united our founders was most of them were educators in 1908. And since our founders have paved the way in establishing such an organization, we have witnessed many other career fields, personalities, shades, shapes, and talents. Now you see doctors, you see lawyers, you see actresses, you see entertainers, you see an array of different things which makes us who we are. Even in our chapter, you see many different career fields. You see many different heights, many different personalities. Things that just make us who we are, both individually and collectively when we come together. Previous and current bacilli, since our founders, have introduced different initiatives and service ideas that commonly led and created means and opportunities for many within our organization and out. Sisterhood being the core of our dedication, it still remains that the diversity in our ideas and talents, which makes us supreme in all we do, that's the different portraits of who we are and what we stand for. You will be seeing, even on this presentation, as you hear from the different members and some of my line sisters, you're going to see many different portraits. You're going to see many different ideas, many different characteristics which represent and stand for what each woman is, what that woman think, her ideas, her story, her background, her lifestyle, her livelihood, what she's passionate about, what her family's like, what was her upbringing. So when we discuss portraits of an AKA, it's clear and it's inevitable that there's no one portrait, there's no one look, there's no one right way that an Alpha Kappa Alpha woman is and who she stands for. However, you must know that this is all inclusive of many different looks, ideas, backgrounds, and what we know, what we contribute, what we bring to the sisterhood.
Service to all mankind.
The Hawaii chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Lambda Chi Omega Chapter, was chartered March 24, 1978. As with the birth of our national organization, Lambda Chi Omega is known as Alpha Kappa Alpha's first chapter of the Pacific. And just like our revered founders, the humble beginnings began in Hawaii as an interest group taking on the Hawaii language Akamai, meaning smart women. Our charter members include Annie Briscoe, Sharon Brown, Dale Buffalo, Bessie Crawford, Ella Edwards, Geraldine Hale, Barbara Heyman, Dorothy Henry, Barbara Jones, Sandy Lankin Sumbry, also known as Al Golden, Lauren McLaurin, Georgette Moon, Ada Morgan, Virginia Payton, Lorna Peck, Donna Poindexter, Jane Salas, Marjorie Singer, Edith Smith, and Denise Thompson. Sora Gigi Moon became our first chapter bacillus of Lambda Chi Omega Chapter. And in the presence of our bacillus, Georgette White Moon, Mayor Frank Fossey gave the welcoming address and presented the group with a proclamation declaring March 24th as Alpha Kappa Alpha Day in Honolulu, Hawaii. Through the years, Lambda Chi Omega has implemented and executed community service projects and initiatives that have supported the international programs of our Supreme Bacilli. In the 1970s, the chapter instituted Reading is Fundamental by providing tutoring for students requiring assistance with reading. The 1980s brought significant community service programs and local partnerships. And we collaborated with the American Cancer Society to provide school supplies to needy children in Africa. We fought hunger in the local community through our Feeding the Homeless initiative with the Institute of Human Services. And during the 1990s, Lambda Chi Omega hosted the Far Western Regional Conference during a time when the cluster concept had not been introduced. Soros welcomed and embraced the spirit of aloha. Also, the chapter hosted the directorate as the sorority became the first civilian organization to create a memorial to World War II's unsung hero, mess attendant second class Dory Miller, United States Navy. The early 2000s were focused around the theme, Blazing New Trails, and the chapter focused on building bridges and futures through scholarships and education for the 21st century, and subsequently, the chapter proudly launched its Mentoring Scholarship Opportunity Program. So let's fast forward to today. Recently, in the last few years, Lambda Chi Omega has hosted the Pink Goes Red Zoomathon, assisting over 300 participants in a community event and raising over $1,200. Lambda Chi Omega co-sponsored the Walk a Mile with a child event along with the National Medical Association, servicing over 300 participants, and we have done so much more. And through the Pearls of Paradise Foundation, Lambda Chi Omega Chapter has awarded over $25,000 in scholarships to assist college-bound students. And as recently as last year, Lambda Chi Omega was right there when Miss Hawaii, Samantha Nyland, helped to get SB 939 passed, a bill that would designate and officially recognize Juneteenth as an official holiday in Hawaii. With a progressive vision, community-focused programs, and dedicated sorors, Lambda Chi Omega Chapter continues to grow and thrive like the ivy. Entering our 44th year as Supreme Service in Hawaii, there is no sign of slowing down for this committed group of women in pursuit of aloha excellence. Sora Golden, we thank you for seeing the light, the Alpha Kappa Alpha light, and providing that light as a charter member of the first chapter in the Pacific.
I see the light, the pink and green, and everybody, but everybody just can't go that way.
I see Alpha Kappa Alpha with now more than 200,000 women as really power. Anytime you have a membership of 200,000, you can make a difference in many different areas. And if you come together and collaborate with others, you have even a bigger impact. During my tenure, it was a presidential election year. And so we did a lot of voter registration. We put 100,000 folks on the registration rolls during that time. From the beginning, we have been there in all of the struggles of our people. We were there to say no to lynching. We were there to say we ought to work together to bring about a difference. We paid for a lot of folks in the 60s to get out of jail. We were there for the civil rights movement, supporters of Martin Luther King. People forget the significant things historically that we have done. And I think we're going to continue to play that role, but it's going to be played a little bit differently. As I said, we played our first 100 years as supporters of all of those. The next 100 years, we're going to be at the table helping to make some of those decisions about what happens in this nation and in this world.
On January 15th, 1908, 16 visionary women created a sisterhood that would foster lifelong relationships and friendships amongst like-minded, college-educated women and significantly impact American history. We are reminded of our founders' passion and sacrifice as we reflect on 114 years of sisterhood and service. These women pioneered the way and broke down barriers for Black educated women, significantly impacting social, political, economic, and educational difficulties in our country and around the world. Through its programs and efforts, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated serves all mankind. Our mission remains firmly based on social inequalities, voting rights, women's health, education, economic growth, and development. Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated has been vital in confronting social injustices affecting our community today, both individually and collaboratively with other organizations, assisting with voters' registration and turnout, and addressing ongoing health challenges and emerging health crises such as the coronavirus pandemic. The ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated are more than beautiful women adorned in salmon pink and apple green. They are leaders and successful women in the arts, education, science, medicine, the military, and business. Our sorors are at the forefront of decision-making that impacts daily lives. They include business leaders, physicians, lawyers, educators, congressmen, and even the Vice President of the United States of America. As I reflect on my journey, my biggest inspiration has been my mother, Golden Soror Gail Bowie. She joined Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated in 1969 on the lovely campus of Dillard University. To me, she personified what an AKA woman should be: strong, pioneering, and committed to her family, profession, church, and community. Seeing my mother's leadership, kindness, and commitment inspired me to strive for excellence in whatever I did. I am the woman I am now as a result of her. It is such an honor to address her as mom and soror, together with my sister and aunts. Future generations will look to us for similar direction in leadership. Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated continues to prepare our undergraduate sorors for leadership and service and serve as role models for young females. As we reflect on our journey over the last 114 years, we know that the next 100 will be nothing short of phenomenal, because we are Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.